All right. So, as I stated before, I'm not racist. I can be a little bit of a race baiter. There's a little bit of a difference. Now, let's go through this article. Now, am I going to do some race baiting? Probably. Probably not. But probably more so probably. Let's go through this article and let's see what happens. Again, one of my favorite websites, sources, USA Today. They're really good at breaking things down. One of the editors here, according to one of the writers to this, Sydney Henderson, here's what she put. iCarly and Miranda Cosgrove denounce racism after Laci Mosley faces cyberbullying. She said, racism kills. The iCarly cast, including the star Miranda Cosgrove, are denouncing all instances of hate and racism after a new cast member from the upcoming Paramount reboot faced racially charged harassment online. Now, again, this is an older article, but this is another one I came across at a late time. I haven't gotten to the reboot yet, but I'm going to pretty soon. Keep in mind, Jeanette McCurdy, who was the co-star of this show, who played Sam, she has not come back to this reboot, according to the sources and according to her. She has not returned to the reboot, and her character was replaced by a black woman named Harper. Harper's the character's name, and Laci Mosley is the actress who plays her. Now, again, there's probably going to be some race baiting in here. Probably. Let's just get to it. Laci Mosley, a black actress who will play the best friend of Miranda Cosgrove's Carly, Harper, in the revival, revealed on social media over the weekend that she's experiencing cyberbullying by people who believe she's replacing Jeanette McCurdy's Sam Puckett. McCurdy, who has retired from acting, is not returning for the reboot. Okay, I didn't know that she retired completely from acting. I thought she just quit like Nickelodeon or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really followed her outside of that show, so I have to check that later. She said, "Hi, I'm playing Harper on iCarly. I'm not replacing Sam. Jeanette McCurdy is a wonderful person. I've never met her, but it's no shade," she said in an expletive-filled Instagram story that has since expired. Boy, I wish I had seen that at the time. She said, "Please stop calling me the N-word and being racist," she captioned the video, calling for people to stay out of her comments with racist remarks. Mosley tweeted that being a black woman is exhausting, adding on Instagram that although racism isn't new, it still hurts. "I love being black. I hate how black people are treated on this planet," she wrote on Instagram Monday. "I took this role on iCarly because the room is diverse. Our showrunner, Ali Schouten, is so incredibly kind and caring, and the cast is talented and some of the best people I've ever met. I was shocked when a celebration of all the hard work we've put into making this reboot was overshadowed by the most racism I've ever experienced in my life over the course of 72 hours. Mosley continued, "Racism kills. I can't beg you to love me or yourselves enough to be kind to people, but I can block you and protect my peace." Yeah. That's a real great approach right there. That's what many of us have to do. That's what I had to do not too long ago. And I've done that before, and plenty of people did that to me. So, yeah, black is beautiful, and no amount of slurs or vitriol you dump online will change that. Cosgrove reposted an unofficial statement from an iCarly fan page, which stated that iCarly is proud to be racially diverse, not only in our crew, but in our cast. "We have recently seen reports of racism towards a member of our iCarly cast, and it is not acceptable." iCarly and Paramount Plus issued a joint statement on Instagram Monday saying that the television show stands with the iCarly cast. "Our company is proud to uphold the values of inclusivity and collaboration, where we work to embrace new and diverse voices, act with care, and work together," the statement read. "The upcoming Paramount Plus iCarly series is one of many examples of this commitment, and we support our entire cast and crew and stand against all instances of hate and racism." Jerry Trainer, who played Spencer on the show, shared the statement on his Instagram account. "I never want to hear the phrase iCarly fans are racist ever again," he wrote. "I need the true fans to step up and drown out the hate." The writing staff for the iCarly revival, including comedian Francesca Ramsey, shared an open letter on Twitter in response to the hateful messages Mosley had received. "We unequivocally denounce all racist attacks, anti-black language, and hate speech in the strongest possible terms. iCarly is a joyous, inclusive show meant to promote kindness and the occasional prank. Harassment and white supremacist ideology have no place in our show or the discourse around it. If that's your preferred mode of communication, we suggest you watch something else. This one right here says, okay, that they put a picture that pretty much says the same thing. And by the way, I want to pause that right quick just to say this. Now, whether you've seen the show or not, and if you've seen it, whether you like it or not, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the guy who attacked Dave Chappelle on stage because he was making the gay and trans jokes and whatnot. And it's like, okay, you wasted your money going to a show to go see a famous comedian whose humor you should already know, and if he says something you don't like, you attack him. Don't watch him then. You shouldn't have gone to the show. This goes back to what a lot of the last generation tells our generation, and a lot of our generation is telling younger generations. Here's an old rule that I choose to stick by, and I would think that anybody with a tenth of a brain could understand this and just listen. If you don't like it, and we talk about this all the time, TV shows, movies, if there's something in there that you don't like, and if you just don't like that thing, you don't have to watch it. Then don't watch it then. If that's really, again, if there's music that has lyrics in it that you don't like, don't listen to it. If there's video games that have content in it that you don't like, then don't play it. That includes the games that I like, the games that you like. Hey, you don't like this game because it's too violent, too gory, or whatever. Don't play it then. It's not for you. Don't listen to this music. It's not for you. The way they talk about certain people or certain things. This show, if you're a person who supports, like if you're a liberal who promotes inclusivity and diversity, inclusion, just bringing together and all that, and they have a show that excludes that and you're offended by it, then don't watch it. Don't get yourself riled up and don't, waste your energy getting mad at it. You can't change it. Same thing goes on the other side. If you're a person who doesn't support those things and you believe that a show or movie should be either all black or all white or all Asian or whatever, and they have something that has mixed them all in together, it ain't for you. Don't watch it then. Every show is not meant to please everybody. Every movie, every song, every video game, every book, rapper, comedian, or whatever type of artist, actor, there's not a single thing that's going to please every single person on this planet. And you know what? Again, to digress just a little bit. I don't understand why. So they're saying that they're mad because she's replacing Jeanette McCurdy's character, which is not completely true. Again, it's just because she's black. Now, I didn't read the comments on the thing, and they said that story had expired. It's probably a good thing that I don't see it anyway. I mean, she said they called her the N-word and stuff like that in there, so I kind of don't want to see that mess. To all the people, I don't know who this is coming from. I don't know if this is, I'll tell you this. If this is coming from anybody who grew up watching Teen Nick shows, that's worse than anybody who's criticizing it for who didn't watch any of these shows. Because I'll tell you, we had other sitcoms on Nickelodeon that had diverse characters. Now, some of them didn't. So like Drake and Josh, that was primarily all white. Although you did have a black character who was like a recurring character. You had Helen. It's been a while since I've seen the Amanda Show. From what I remember, that was pretty much all white. That was a great show. Now let's get to a couple of them. You remember so when Alexa Nicholas left Zoe 101 and she was replaced by Victoria Justice, I didn't hear hardly anybody complaining about that. I didn't hear anybody saying, oh, we don't like her because Lola's replacing Nicole. Nobody complained about that. You want to know why? Because they were both white girls. I can say that a little bit louder. They were both white girls. I'm sorry, I had to. I can't help myself. I have to do these type of things. Nobody complained about that, and that was perfectly fine. But let's say she was replaced by, I don't know, just giving a hypothetical example. Let's say she left, and then instead of it being Victoria Justice, it could have been somebody like Raven Simone. Would people have complained? Maybe, just because she was black. Let's remember, you also had a black character who was the main character. And by the way, from that same show, one of the main characters was black, Michael, and he had a black girlfriend who was a recurring character, Lisa. Dance Declassified, you also had one of the main characters was black. Daniel Curtis Lee, who played Simon in the show, there was that. And then let's also remember you had a show called Romeo, which featured Romeo Miller, Master P, plenty of other black people that were in that show. Some of the other cast members I can't remember off top because it's been about 20 years since I've seen it. But you get the point. So we grew up with all these shows that had black characters. And by the way, I have to do this because I can't help myself, because once I start, I can't stop. You also had black characters in a lot of the Nickelodeon cartoons. You had Tucker from Danny Phantom. You had AJ from Fairly Odd Parents. You had Libby from Jimmy Neutron. So, and there were some other shows that were there. I mean, some of them I can't think of off top. It's been years and years since I've seen a lot of this stuff. You also had black characters on Cartoon Network shows. You had What's Her Name from Codename Kids Next Door. That's the thing about it. And the reason I'm saying all this is because if this is coming from anybody who is in my age group, anybody who's 90s kid or grew up with Teen Nick and all that stuff, why is this upsetting to you? Like, what's the problem? I thought that for people who always say that we're tired of division, we're tired of the divide and disaster and people arguing and slitting each other's throats, the same people who want to sit there and rip a show or movie apart just because it has anybody in it who's not a white male. And I talked about this with Scream. I talked about this with other movies and shows that I watched that had diverse characters in it. People, I just don't understand. What is the problem? What's the problem? I would like for anybody who's watching this, I think the only people that would be able to give me a proper, logical, and articulate answer to this, anybody who watched the original iCarly show and is now watching the reboot or had seen some of the reboot, what is the reason that you don't like this character? Is it the character that you don't like, or is it the actress you don't like, or whether it's the actress or the character, what is it? I just want to know why. Because give me an answer before I go ahead and say, oh, you just didn't like her because she's black. Go ahead. The comment section is open. Just go right ahead. Let me continue this right here. Paramount Plus's revival of iCarly is set to premiere on the streaming service June 17th. It will feature original cast members Miranda Cosgrove, Jerry Traynor, and Nathan Kress, who played Carly's best friend, Freddie. Noticeably missing Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam in the show. She also played Sam, same character, in another spinoff show that was called Sam and Cat, featuring her and Ariana Grande. She played Cat in the show. You know, iCarly was a spinoff from Drake and Josh. Many of you know that. The 28-year-old retired from acting in 2017 to focus on writing and directing, according to her biography. My experience with acting is I'm so ashamed of the parts I've done in the past, she said in March during an episode of her Empty Inside podcast. I resent my career in a lot of ways. I feel so unfulfilled by the roles that I've played. It felt like it was the most cheesy, embarrassing. That was it? Okay, there's nothing else to that. I don't know. Okay, that's it. But anyway, like I said, just between that and the fact that USA Today also mentioned in another article that the reboot series had ended in a cliffhanger. Those two things alone are what's making me want to watch it even more. So pretty soon I'm going to get to the show. I'm going to give my review on it, go over the reviews, and give my take on it, talk about all that stuff. Again, this is what I do. I watch a lot of TVs and movies, and I do these videos and give my take on it. This is what I love to do. This is my main thing. So believe me, it is coming sooner or later. But, you know, to all those people that just said all those things that she claimed they said, I mean, listen, shame on people. I mean, come on. This is the year, we're in freaking 2023. Like, this ain't the 60s, this ain't the 50s, the 40s, come on. And again, to all you people who are just going to complain about everything and anything just being woke, your best thing is probably just to not watch TV anymore. Just stop watching shows, stop watching movies, and just read books or something, or go out and exercise, play video games, or go play a sport or something, go bowling, whatever, go to a bar or something, drink and do drugs. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, that's that. So again, I'll get to that show soon enough and I'll give my review on it.